Okay.
But before we do, former U.S. Senator Bob Smith is here. Can you come up and
Yes,
a few words to speak, please?
I would love for you to take the podium, and thank you. Let's take it. Okay.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Pastor Cruz, for doing the Lord's work. He's traveling all over the country. It's not just a message about Senator Cruz, his son. It's more important you heard it, and that's the most important. Many years ago, I was traveling in Iowa, and I'm going to be very brief here. Many years ago, I was traveling in Iowa, and I saw a huge billboard, great big white billboard, whatever the big limit was for the size of it, and written in small print, but readable from the highway, it said a very simple phrase: "Don't make me come down there, God." Now, there isn't any more powerful message than that. If you think about the revolution that Pastor Cruz just talked about, and then think about the Nazis, we could have sat on our hands, we could have laid in the gutter, as he said, with our bloody noses, and not gotten up. God gives us the will. He wants us to take the reins and save America. How many times do we have to hear that message? I want all of you, I have tried so hard, and Pam Colantuno's question in the back here goes right to the point. Don't worry about what your pastor says or doesn't say. You have your own free will. Get up off your tail and recruit people to join the effort to save this country. Amen. That's your job, not the pastor. Let him do his share, you do yours. If we do that, we can win. I just want to close with this thought, because I've been in politics a long time in this state. A long time. And I'm going to tell you something. You have the power. The Christian community, the Judeo-Christian community in this state has the power to change this country. We are the first in the nation primary. I have been involved in I know I'm going to sound a little, I don't know, pandering here. I've been involved in presidential campaigns since 1970, actually 68, in this state. I'm going to tell you something. Ted Cruz and his family, they're the real deal. They are real Christians. They're not pandering to anybody. I've met this man, and I looked him right in the eye, because I was not going to get involved in this race. And I tell you, Pastor Cruz, I wasn't sure if I was going to support your son, but I looked him right now, and I said, Senator Cruz, I got to ask you a question. Are you prepared to take the hits? Are you prepared to take the criticism from your own party, as well as the other side, from the media? Are you prepared for this? Is your family prepared for this? He said, well, I know I am, and I hope my family is. He looked me right in the eye, and I believe him. And I know that he can change this country. I've never had this feeling. The man is sincere. I hope you get the opportunity to meet him if you haven't. He is so sincere and dedicated and committed to this country. We need him desperately. But you are, as Christians, by the political establishment and the press, are being mocked and laughed at and scorned. They're not going to do anything. They never do anything. They just sit around and say, let God do it. How about if we prove them wrong? We can prove them wrong right here. The last point. This primary, there's a lot of good people in the primary. Senator Cruz has not said one unkind thing about any candidate in this race on the Republican side. Not one. They've been trying to get him to say it. He hasn't done it. Because he knows that it's more important to talk about what we need to do to save this country. But we can do it. And the vote is going to be so split, you can make the difference. Imagine I used to talk to, now how many of you there was a pastor in Rochester when I first started 100 years ago in politics, and his name was Ron Welch. I don't know if anybody knows him or remember him, but he used to take the pulpit and he would embarrass me, Pastor Cruz. He said, I'm not going to stand here and tell you who to vote for. I'm not going to do that, but I will tell you this, vote for the Bob Smith of your choice on that ballot. Help us out. Help us out. We need help. We can change America. Can you imagine thousands of Christians in this state with no one else even asking for their support, and in many cases totally ignoring their support and mocking it? We can change it. take my word for it. 15, 20,000 votes here out of the Christian community, and you know they're here, then let's do it. Let's prove them all wrong and take back America.